Hey, Tom Rabbit! I hope you got this for your recording. Hey, YouTube out there. Tom Rabbit likes to record these. Hey, Tom Rabbit!
Hey, how you doing?
I am doing fine. How are you? What shall I call you?
I'm sorry. Dr. John is fine, or John, just John.
Okay, if you either one, whichever you prefer.
Okay. I don't. I think that the way that you're perhaps attacking atheism and someone who's agnostic is in itself. I mean, to me, and what you're saying is a bit of hypocrisy, don't you think?
Can you explain?
I mean, the absence of belief for someone. I mean, I'm agnostic. I don't push my agnostic views on other people. I mean, I'm not here to convince you that there is no God, but aren't you trying to convince others that there is?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so why can't you just let them be?
Why? Because I hold to the Christian worldview. I'm commanded by God himself in the Bible to spread the gospel and to defend Jesus' identity claims. Okay, I'm commanded to do it.
Okay. I mean, don't you think though, I mean, in all honesty, don't you think that a supernatural being, don't you think that they can defend themselves?
Yeah, God can decide to communicate in all manner of ways, and he has decided to communicate of himself through creation, as well as through human history, through a number of prophets, culminating in his incarnation in Jesus Christ, codified in the Bible.
Right. So to me, I mean, I'm not against what you're doing. I mean, I understand your point of view and your perspective here, but wouldn't it be better to just show through like leadership by maybe just showing that you're more tolerant of others and living your life the way that maybe Christ wanted you to live, other than just putting them down from their points of views? I mean, because a lot of people will be turned off from that. So if you come in and you told me that being agnostic or being atheist is absolutely the wrong view, and I'm going to take this stance and say that what you're thinking is ludicrous or it's hard for me to fathom, but wouldn't it be just better to just share the news that Jesus Christ was resurrected and he came here to save others? I mean, I don't think Jesus, if he came back today, would be as negative as I think you guys portray him to be. I mean, doesn't he tell you to turn the other cheek?
That's only if somebody gives me a personal insult.
Right. I mean, okay. So what should I do if you give me a personal insult, such as if you were to say that, especially atheism, like in defending the Christian worldview? I mean, should I turn the other cheek and just walk away, or should I stay and listen?
Do you consider that an insult?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're sitting there saying against all other worldviews, by saying that, you're saying my worldview is wrong and yours is right.
And why is that an insult?
Because what if I told you? I mean, would you not consider it an insult if I told you that Christianity is fake and it's a myth, and the fact that you're suffering from scrupulosity and OCD, that you think that you have the moral high ground because of your belief? Would you not take that personally?
No.
Oh, well, no. Then you're unique. Then we can have a conversation then, because a lot of people.
I don't take that personally.
Okay, good. Then that's good. I mean,
By the way, what are you?
A lot of things.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, I'm a psychologist.
Okay.
I have a PSYD. So, I mean, when I'm working with someone, I specialize in adolescents. So I'm a clinical child psychologist, but when a client comes in, I don't come out and just tell them that your view and my concept is correct. Your view is wrong. And I mean, you're suffering from a learned behavior or a chemical imbalance, or it's all based in trauma. I don't come out and say that. What I do is I try to get to know the person. I try to relate to the person as much as I can. If I can't relate to the person, I'll try to understand them. And therefore we build a relationship in order to talk, and then we have a discussion. But when you come out and you say basically that you're against all other worldviews, especially atheism. It sounds a bit like you're taking the high ground and saying that what you believe is the absolute and only way, when you know that's not true. Because I mean, so many other religions believe the same.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
Okay.
When you say, well, first of all, were you under the impression that I'm doing some kind of psychotherapy?
I mean, look at the image you're using.
Okay. Are you under the impression that I'm doing some type of psychological counseling?
Well, are you not? No, I'm not saying you're counseling, but I think you're using a deference. I mean, what when you're putting Dawkins in a Darth Vader helmet, what are you implying?
Yeah, it's a parody of Richard Dawkins, who is a premier representative of atheism and the theory of evolution, both of which I oppose and debate against. The avatar and the name is a parody.
Right, but I mean, but what are you implying by putting him in Darth Vader's helmet?
It's a parody.
Right, I know, but what are you implying with your parody? That he's dark, right? That he's evil.
Richard Dawkins' alter ego.
I mean, are you implying that Richard Dawkins is an evil person?
No, it's a parody.
Right, but I mean, well, let me ask you this. So, do you believe
I think you're taking the parody a little bit too seriously.
No, but I'm just saying.
I can change my screen name and avatar.
No. I'm not doing. I think it's kind of funny. I mean, I love satire, and but what? Imagine.
I'll just hold on a second.
Okay.
Originally, I've had a variety of screen names.
Okay.
Since I've been debating, online. Okay, and one of my screen names was Duncan Dawkins, and I had the floating head of Richard Dawkins bobbing in a hot mug of coffee. It was Duncan Dawkins. Okay,
I love that. I think it's funny.
And so when I started debating, there are different internet platforms that I would converse and debate on, and so at a certain point, I would sometimes, from time to time, I would change my username avatar, which I may even do in the near future, just to cause as much hemorrhoidal pain to atheists as possible. But so I was Duncan Dawkins, and when I was debating on YouTube one time, and the atheist was getting trounced, somebody in the text message said, "You're evil. You're Darth Dawkins." I said, "Okay, I'll use that." So it's just a parody.
Yeah, I know. I don't find it offensive, because I don't internalize me being agnostic or me being an atheist. I don't internalize. It doesn't make me who I am. So you're not going to offend me with those things. And I understand some people who get offended by those things really are more upset with themselves than they are with you. But I'm just trying to relate to you, and what you're doing is a little bit malice, and that's okay. You admit to it, and that's okay.
Whoa, malice.
Yeah, don't you think so? I mean, imagine if let's just change perspective. Maybe you can have a little more empathy. Maybe you can relate to this a little more. What if I put Jesus Christ in a Darth Vader suit? It said Darth Jesus. Well. Would you find that offensive?
I don't think that anybody holds Richard Dawkins up to the stature that Christians hold Jesus Christ.
Oh, you don't think so? I mean, some of them have been accused of saying that he's their Moses.
You know what? I'll take your criticism and think about it. Your previous
No. I'm not criticizing. I'm just trying to.
Look, criticism is not necessarily a bad thing. Okay.
No, it's good.
Do I think it's malice? No. But let's get back to the issue. First of all, I have my own model of reality problems with the world of psychology and psychotherapy, but that's a whole other can of worms.
No, and that's okay. I mean, because I don't.
And if I didn't, I'm not doing therapy or personally counseling. What I'm doing here is what is called apologetics. Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah, I know. And honestly, to be honest with you, I mean, this is no attack on you at all, but I think apologetics.
Listen, if if you want to severely criticize me,
No, I'm not. No, I'm just.
can I finish? Can I finish?
Sure.
This is what this stream is about. If you want to come in here and tell me I'm Mr. Wonderful, be
No,
my
I'm not.
guest. If you want to criticize me and say you're wrong on this, that's fine. That's what we're here for. Not to be, like a Don Rickles roast.
Right.
To have, mental and intellectual jousting.
Right.
So that we can try to arrive at the truth.
Right. To be honest with you, I find apologetics to be disgusting. And the reason I say that is because apologetics will try to diffuse and try to redirect what is actually being taught in the Bible, such as, we could talk about God condoning slavery. And then they'll say, oh, well, he didn't mean slavery. He meant indentured servants. And then you go on and go on. That's what apologetics does. I mean, when it says, no, God did not mean it that way. He meant it this way.
Look, I would strongly recommend that you look up a video by biblical scholar Dr. Peter J. Williams, and he goes into all of the Hebrew and the Greek terms and their contextual frame of reference for the word slave. Okay.
I know, but see, that's what you're doing. You're changing.
I'm trying. No, sir. So what you are doing is you are mistakenly assuming that the the word slavery translated into English accurately represents the Hebrew. There are a variety of Hebrew words, but one primary word, and we can show this in many different contexts, does not refer to kidnapping and forced servitude. It simply is a term that refers to anybody who serves someone else in any kind of conditions. And it has to be understood contextually. So, for example, do you remember Nancy Reagan? She had a campaign called Just Say No to Drugs.
Right, I remember that.
Was she publicly opposing the pharmaceutical industry and medications and antibiotics?
No, of course not. She was referring to...
Right. She was referring to the recreational use of mind-altering substances. It has to be... Right, but you see, if you actually do a study... Okay, what you will find is that there are first of all, did you know that kidnapping and forced servitude are outlawed in the Old Testament?
Really?
You know that?
Really, but
really.
So, right. So when God was saying
it was punishable by death if somebody kidnapped somebody and forcibly.
Where's that at? What scripture is that?
I can't remember off the top of my head. There's a passage in Exodus. There's also a passage in Deuteronomy.
If you could find that, I would like.
I'm driving right now. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, but I'm just saying. I mean, when God tells you how to treat we can use whatever you want to say, indentured servant or whatever, how to treat them, and then if you beat them and they don't die within 3 days, or that the fact that you can own them and then pass them on to your children as inheritance, and not only that,
I was just reading a semi-scholarly article on that the other day, and it's very important not to limit yourself simply to the English translations, okay? Because sometimes the English translations are very good, and sometimes they're not so good in how they translate things. The term inheritance in the Hebrew within that context can also be translated to assign to attribute to.
Oh, okay. So well, let's use your terminology then.
Let me ask you a question. Hold on a second. Let me ask you a question. Okay. How old are you?
I'm 50.
Okay. So you're a middle-aged guy like I am. Are there professional football players who have?
Oh no. You're not going to get away with that with me. You're not going to get away with that with me.
Sir, you're being rude.
No, you're being rude. You've interrupted me the entire time I've been here. I've not been able to complete one complete thought.
I have not. Okay, look, you can leave right now. I haven't been rude to you.
Okay, well, if you feel you can't make an argument, I'll go. If you don't want to engage with someone who challenges you, that's fine.
I am engaging with you.
No, you're not. You're talking. You're over talking me.
Okay.
You're over talking me.
Have a nice day.
Okay. All right. Mental gymnastics. It's all you guys do is mental gymnastics.
Have a nice day, sir.
Okay, well, you can boot me if you want. Show your true self. Show your Christian love and boot me.
You can voluntarily leave.
No, you can boot me if you want, because I'm not gonna be the one to run. You can boot me if you want, because you've not let me complete one complete.
Here's a guy who claims he's a psychologist and a psychotherapist, counseling young people, and he's completely clueless how he at times was overbearing and rude. I bent over backwards being cordial with him, right? And then when I start to disagree with a few things with him, he becomes vitriolic. And this guy says he's a psychotherapist.
Did you get that, Tom Rabbit?